Please, if you are on a fat loss journey, a hormone health journey, you're in a shady parking lot like me. No, I'm just kidding. Doing this from a parking lot. Um, and you're looking for the best peptides. This light is crazy. No, I'm keep it on. I got you. These are the three biggest mistakes you're making, and I'm gonna actually go through best place to actually cop them as well. So peptides, basically what they are is just amino acids, proteins. They're messengers. They act similar to what hormones do. They send a signal. It's kind of like a lock and key. So, for example, for GLP-1s, they send a signal to the GLP-1 receptor in the brain, tells that part of the brain to decrease appetite, slow down your gastric emptying, which is your stomach motility. It tells your body to be satiated, causing those urges to overeat, basically be gone. So that's kind of like an example. GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. Now, peptides are fucking awesome. I always talk about supplements, like, you shouldn't feel them. They're not drugs. Like, peptides, like, you'll feel those motherfuckers. You'll feel them real quick. And that's why GLP-1 is such a effective way for fat loss. Now, don't hear, I'm not saying there's a fuck ton of side effects, and I went through a bunch of supplements you can take if you don't want to take those GLP-1s, so I got you covered on that. But peptides are like, it's like the fucking Wild West right now. There's loose as fuck regulations. It's there's just like, you can get very impure peptides that are kind of like just, yeah, they're not pure. You'll get things that are underdosed or overdosed or mislabeled, which is really common in a lot of peptides. So there's a lot of different like fucked up things happening in this world of peptides. They have a lot of compounding pharmacies, and some of the compounding pharmacies aren't great. Some of them are just mass produce. So it really depends what they're doing. They can, a lot of times, test a bottle, and they'll kind of cherry pick that bottle, and it'll be third party tested, right? So that's part of like one of the mistakes you're making, is just trusting the third party testing, because the third party testing, it's kind of bullshit, because they can just cherry pick whatever vial they want, and then it's just like they label it third party tested, and then that's just one. It's not like the full batch. So yeah. So I would say the first mistake I always see is going with a research purposes only peptide company. So you'll find a lot of them online. This is like the peptidesciences.com, that type of thing. It'll say on the bottle for research purposes only. Well, they fucking know that you're you're gonna use it for not research purposes, so they'll actually have it in there. So that's number one. That's like not a good route to go, because those ones are the worst. There's very poor compounding agencies, but you don't have to go to a doctor, so most people will go through that because it's direct to consumer, and how they work around it is just putting on the bottle that's for research purposes only. They know that it's going to be shady, so they don't have to really have the most quality shit, and it's really cheap. You look on there and you're like, okay, this is like a lot cheaper. Why is this doctor charging me $500 a month for, a compound of semaglutide, and this person's charging me like $50? It's kind of, it's a little shady. So that's number one, is using those for research purposes only peptides. Now, number two is like going through an HRT mill, like some sort of sketchy telemed. Transcend is kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of hit or miss with Transcend. I know there's a lot. It's like a very influencer heavy company, but I'm not the biggest fan of Transcend Medical. I don't think it's the best quality. I think they have very sleazy salespeople that just like are hard selling you, and just like they make you get. They can't just order one thing. They have to have you buy two things, which is such a fucked up policy. It's like, why? I just want to get one thing, so it's kind of weird. So I'd say that's the second one, is going through like some HRT mill, where they're going to just try to sell you on a bunch of other shit that you don't need, and not give you the shit that you actually came in there for. Like, a lot of times I've sent clients there in the past, like, this person didn't even like give me what I wanted. I wanted Semlax, and they gave me they like wanted to put me on like HRT. I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. Number three is going to some sort of it's kind of similar to number three too, but number three would be in person, going to like an anti-aging clinic with these doctors that are really just miseducated, and they're trying to jam peptides down your throat that those sales reps are jamming down their throat. So they're not really doing your best interest. They'll kind of do like more of a cookie cutter, one size fits all, and they won't really do hormonal assessments and blood work and symptom checklists. They'll just be like, oh, from the looks of it, you need X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I don't really need that. Those would be it. So I would say the best place for you to go, I would check out, and I have no affiliation. I don't get any kickbacks in any way. I would go with Merrick Health. Merrick Health is probably one of the top ones out there. Just in terms of like the purity, the doctors are really good. I'm not associated with them. It's Marek Health. I would check them out. They're really good. A couple other ones that are really good that are kind of lesser known. Evolve Telemed is really good, and Defy Medical. So Merrick Health is at Marek Health. That's their handle, and then Defy Medical is at Defy DEFY Medical, and then Evolve Telemed is at Evolve_Telemed. These are the best rated. I've had other coaches and friends use these, and they don't just rely on the third party testing. Just once, they get it like multiple times. They'll constantly test each batch with the third party. So when they make a compound like of a bunch of stuff, they'll actually get each one third party tested. So hope this is helpful. Don't make these mistakes for the peptides, and love y'all.